It's harvest time in New England, just getting ready to pick the apples, and we're still enjoying all the great local produce from this summer. Here at Atkins Farm in Amherst, you're going to find a variety of local foods, local produce, local flowers, all from this neck of the woods.
It was very small. He'd sell apples by the half bushel or by the bushel, and he was selling cider in gallon glass jugs, not even plastic containers, gallon glass jugs.
That was a long time ago, nearly 50 years ago, when Howard Atkins started Atkins Farms. Back then, it was first a wholesaler, then a roadside stand, and in 1962, the first part of this building was built. And the rest, as they say, is delicious.
It's been wonderful to watch how it's been growing over the 40-plus years to what we have today. It's wonderful, you know. They've done a lot, and it's just so appealing to anybody. And the fact that everything is locally grown, that's a big one for me, you know, to support our community. It's really important, I think.
Atkins is a family farm, owned by a family of families who are extremely proud about being a locally owned and operated business here in Western Massachusetts. It's those families that make sure they're a variety, and they work very hard on that variety. In fact, it would not be an overstatement in the slightest to say there's something for everyone at Atkins, from the deli and the meats.
There you are. Would you like something else?
I'm all set.
Thank you.
Delicious. To the sweeter side, I'm sure it comes as no surprise. They bake their own pies, they bake and decorate their own cakes, custom orders always available, and they have these incredible cupcakes, the cider donuts, and oh yeah, the incredible ice cream. And don't let me forget about the fudge and the fudge apples. Yes, the apples. That's really where this destination of sumptuosity all began.
Mr. Atkins was a big wholesaler of apples, mainly apples, and he could sell his own peaches and pears at the packing house. And there was a big volume, 120, 140,000 bushels of apples a year. A lot of them went to the wholesalers. But you were at their mercy. I'm going to pay you so much this year or this week or this month for your apples, and you truck them here, and they'd be here at a certain times. And finally, we decided that's not the way to go.
So they sold the apples direct, and not just one kind of apple either.
In the middle of August, we had our first apples come in, the early Macintosh, or also called the Jersey Mac. But sometimes when you say that you're selling the Jersey Mac, oh, those came from New Jersey, I say, no, they were developed in New Jersey, and it's our first early, good, hard Macintosh-like apple. And I had at least one comment today that, boy, they taste good already. And it goes from there to Macintosh, to Cortland, to Macallan, to Empire, to Red Delicious, to Golden Delicious, to how many others can we name? And it goes on and on. Some newer varieties, yeah.
Buying local and community is very important at Atkins. So starting as a wholesaler and as a staple business in this community, their suppliers are obviously critical to the continued success of Atkins. In fact, most of their local suppliers have been with them for well over 20 years.
Back since 1965 when we started doing business with them. And we've been very happy with the outcome and the demand that we have created for ourselves and for Atkins. We provide seasonal crops, basically the big cabbage in the fall, and the potatoes and onions. And then during the summer, like right now, we're supplying them with all their pickles. And whatever comes in season.
The Atkins Farm really focuses on growing their own fruit. The apples, the peaches, and the pears. In fact, every year the apple picking at the orchard owned by Atkins is a huge event. So much so, the farm decided events were an important part of the culture of this farm, one dedicated to customer experience. And they really go out to make sure the customer has a great one.
I think because we listen to them. Our customers are important to us. Oftentimes we put ourselves in our customers' shoes, trying to figure out what it is that they'd like to have and what they want us to have for them. And it works.
Well, of course, we're down here all the time. We live up the street, so they see us all the time, right, hon?
We come down for the car shows quite often. I've also come down and visited Debbie's kindergarten class when they take her kindergartners down here to pick apples, and they show them some different varieties, and they have fun, and even make the scarecrows. They set a place up over there where the kids can make scarecrows out of straw, and it's a lot of fun. It's fun.
And speaking of fun, you haven't lived until you head upstairs and sample something called Savory suppers.
It's all raw ingredients here.
Oh my
And then you bring it home and cook it when you're ready.
Right here, you can choose a current recipe, make it with the ingredients provided, and bring home a tasty new dish to your family, all in a matter of minutes. I did it. It was great. I'm not too shy on the garlic, so.
Right now she's making the filling for her pesto primavera bread. This is the crunchy layered beef casserole that Jamie's making here. Now we're going to put pesto down the middle of these now that we have them stretched out. They're going to split it in half because the portions are pretty generous for 4 to 6 people.
I promise it'll be delicious.
Guaranteed.
Now, if you want to join in the fun at Savory Suppers or attend some of their many events, there's a calendar right there on their website, www.atkinsfarms.com. And to pick up some of their yummy treats or shop year-round, just stop by. Atkins is located at Route 116 and Bay Road in South Amherst.